Hello there, it's Wani Esther here. So, today we are talking about innovations and emerging challenges, leveraging technology and strategies for safer, greener operations. And yes, this was presented by me. So, let's get right into it. When we talk about QHSC, it is driven by innovation. And yes, transformation in the sector is largely due to innovation. And this kind of innovation helps industry operate in a smarter, cleaner, and more safer way as it connects safety, sustainability, and efficiency. And this becomes the bridge between compliance and excellence. Now, why do we need innovation? Innovation is needed because of increasingly high safety incidents and environmental degradation due to our operations all around the world. So it's a need. We need to find out how can we do operate in a more safer way. How can we operate in a way that causes lesser harm to the environment? Another need for innovation is the advent of the global sustainability frameworks. For example, the ESG, SDGs, the Paris Agreement, and all of that. And yes, there is increasing pressure for efficiency and transparency in the sector, right? So, what are the technological innovations in QHSC? Number one, IoT, Internet of Things. Now we now see smart sensors for real-time monitoring of air, noise, and safety. For example, for a worker who wants to go into confined spaces, you use the gas detectors. Now, gas detectors contain a special type of sensors that can tell the kind of gas present in an area. So with the advent of tools like this, you see a worker is much more safe while he carries out his operation in such named confined spaces. Another technological innovation we've seen so far is artificial intelligence. Yes, artificial intelligence, for example, ChatGPT can be used to, you know, predict incidents before they occur. Okay, what's the likelihood that this operation would cause an incident, let's say in 1 week or in a day's operation? So it can be used to carry out predictive analysis of operations before it is carried out. Now, the next two we see is automation and robotics, and this reduces human exposure in hazardous area. How can we make tasks simpler? How can we reduce human exposure to a hazardous environment? That's where automation comes in. And when we talk about workflow, automation can also help in workflow. With tools like Zapier, with tools like Meet.com, we see that operational workflow is being automated and made easy. So, yeah, you got it right. Okay, so the next technological innovation is the advent of renewable energy. Yes, everybody is now transitioning from the traditional oil and gas, fossil fuel, and people are adopting the energy mix and all of that. So renewable energy helps to power operations sustainably. All right, so let's go further. If you know any of this, you can always leave a comment below. Thank you. Yeah, so when we talk about data and digital QHSC, we talk about we mean smart dashboard for risk management and compliance. Yes, what tools do we need? So there are tools with which we can just put in the right data and we see that it generates a lot of answers when we come to when we do such analysis. For example, you could use Copilot on a Microsoft, sorry, not Microsoft. You could use you could use Copilot on a Microsoft Excel, and you see the wonders which it does with your data. And yes, you also see blockchain for traceability and sustainability reporting. Yeah, and data analytics for trend prediction and performance tracking. So yes, digital QHSCS system can reduce reporting time by 40% and incidents by 25. So 25%, it's quite a fair percentage when we talk about accidents and incidents. So data driven and digital QHSC is the new innovation when it comes to this field. Now, when we talk about innovations for sustainable operations, what do we mean? We talk about circular economy. So now waste are now being utilized for other purposes instead of us to just pick up something like it is called before, from cradle to the grave. But now it's no longer from cradle to the grave, so it's a continuous cycle. Okay, this waste we got from this operation, what can we utilize it for in another operation? So it's a cycle that continues, and you see the impact is just so enormous and wonderful. All right, so we talk about eco-friendly materials. We use safer chemicals and biodegradable alternatives. And yes, there's the point of energy optimization, smart grids, and efficient equipment. Next, we'll talk about emerging challenges. What are the challenges when it comes to innovation and technology in QHSCS system? Cybersecurity vulnerabilities. Yes, we'll talk about hackers. People want to steal your data and get a hold of your operations. So that's why your system must be highly secured. Yeah. So there's the point where we have high implementation cost. But then on the long run, you see that it is way more beneficial. And yeah, we also talk about skill gaps in digital and sustainability literacy. This is absolutely true. In terms of skill gap, yeah, there's a gap when we talk about skill, when we talk about human capacity in driving this change that we'll always speak of. All right, so the last we also talked about regulatory and cultural resistance. People do not want change, so when they feel like it's going to drain them, they automatically reject it. But then that's where what's it called, that's where continuous teaching, that's where advocacy comes in. What's the benefit of this to me as a person? So you begin to speak to people in terms with which they can relate. Okay, we are going to talk about strategies for overcoming challenges. We can talk about capacity building and continuous learning. Yes, like I mentioned before, what are the strategies? How can we ensure that people embrace technological innovation? We have to build these people. We have to, train their minds to believe in possibilities. We also talk about public-private partnership for innovation funding. Yes, the government comes in, private bodies come in, and see how we can collaborate and produce innovation funding for young people, funding for people with ideas. Now, we also talked about local technology adoption for affordability, and yes, I liked the recent conference held by the Rural Electrification Agency about the Nigeria First policy. We want to see that the products manufacturers in Nigeria are being patronized, so we must start with them. So we must learn to own Nigeria instead of taking our resources out there to purchase. Why not start from here? So it's a Nigeria first policy, and I really commend that program. So there's also the part of policy support and flexible compliance standards. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, promoting R&D, research and development, and homegrown innovation is key, because we know the problems that we have, so we can better design solutions for our problem as Nigerians, as Africans, and wherever we are in the world. We talked about a few case studies: the Dangote refinery, the Siemens, and the Unilever Africa. Now, what's the future of QHSE and sustainability? We have the human AI collaboration for proactive safety, and yes, the Industry 5.0, balancing technology with human values. Yes, there is emphasis on resilience, innovation, and environmental stewardship. That's what operations will be built around this time around. The future is smart, safe, and sustainable. In conclusion, innovation is essential, not optional, and technology plus strategy will give you sustainable impact. Together, we can build safer workplaces through this innovation. Yes, there are thousands of innovation which we can always leverage upon, but let's innovate for a safer planet. Remember, we only have one Earth, and let's keep it sustainable so that the generations after us can always see the resources to use as well. Thank you so much for learning with me today. If you have questions, please leave in the comment. And if you like this session and you want more, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.